Man, let's make sure we're live here on the YouTube real quick. Um, yep, good to go on the YouTube. Let's get it going. Man, good evening, good afternoon, good day, good morning. All depends on where you're located. Welcome to another USFL League Owners Box. Your host here, Mark Gates, Atlanta Falcons, man. The only one I know of. Live talk show about the Madden All USFL League on the PS4. Called this episode Playoffs. And the reason I called it that is because we're deep in the season here. Give me a second as I get this thing going. My apologies on that. There we go. The reason why I call it that, again, because the week that we're in here in the season, we're currently in week 15, and there's a lot of critical plays, critical downs, critical throws and runs that can really dictate and change everything that's moving forward here. How the league shifts out and plays out for the rest of the year. The AFC is in a dogfight, man, in a real big dogfight. Shout out to the Pats, Strong, Patriots owner Strong, for reaching out to me early this morning, man. He was so excited about the playoff race in the AFC. We had a good conversation about that. He also told me how the wild card slots are playing off here in the AFC, and I did some research to see how they all play out in the NFC. This was pretty dope. I'll definitely touch on that here in a second. We had a surprising upset this week. The Bengals beating the Seahawks. Shout out to him. Boone, I know you wanted to get in some lab work, man. We could definitely go and do that. The little one has been under the weather these last couple of days, so it's been taking my time and trying to get her together, but we could definitely do that. And seeing that you lost to the Bengals 2 pick sixes, well, pick 6.5, he ran out of the 2-yard line. Was tough, man. You know, losing games like that you're not even supposed to be losing just late in the season can really hurt you, and we'll see how that plays out. The Jags took a sim loss to the Titans. Actually helped the Titans, who need some things to happen to make the playoffs, but put them in a position to make the playoffs. And now has also put the Jags in a must-win to win a division these last 2 games, and also for him to make the playoffs. So I find that interesting. The Saints squeezed past their opponent and the Rams to pretty much lock up their spot, but then the Seahawks losing, helped them now lock up the 4th seed. They could easily take it if they can win out. Based on his next 2 opponents, it's likely he has to play some good football, but it's likely. I don't see Seahawks losing their last 2 games, but I didn't see them losing this Bengals game neither. So I know Boone is for sure trying to do something to make sure that thing's working. Redskins, we've seen a first glimpse of the Eagles owner. And from what I've seen so far, I've seen some potential. He's not going to go 16-0. That's for sure. That we know that's not going to happen. Not based on how he played. Give me a second here, fellas. I don't see him going 16-0. I see him winning some games. But I don't see him going 16-0. Sorry about that. All right, sorry about that. He's not going to go 16-0 for sure. That's not going to happen. But he has potential. Some pieces, and we'll see how the scheme and stuff develops. I think, in my personal opinion, I seen some things. I didn't see anything. I was like, oh, man, this guy's going to be a terror. But, it was his first game. Maybe he didn't want to show his hand or his cards early. I could respect that. Excuse me here. Again, little one's under the weather. Got me a little under the weather. But, we'll see how it pans out. Redskins won, put up 52. That's been happening all year. That's cool. I know myself and Ty, he's not really here to speak on it, but I know me and him have spoke about it, and some other owners and I have talked about it. I'm wondering how the Redskins scheme is going to pan out here deep in the season, especially going into the playoffs. It's funny, we kind of look at his scheme and how everything's going is based on like the Golden State style of the USFL. What I mean by that is he lives and dies by the deep ball. It works, just like Golden State. They won chips off of it. I mean, if it's working, it's working. But they also lost some chips like that too. So what happens when you can't throw the deep ball and the deep ball's not working and those things don't happen? Do you still continue to play like that, or do you adjust? You know what I'm saying? You adjust, make the make the necessary adjustments, and then still try to win the games. I don't know. I mean, I know the Redskins on the Will Wop. I know you're a good solid user. Maybe you're just dumbing it down for this Madden. Maybe you feel like you don't have to do these necessary steps and these necessary things for your scheme because nobody has figured out the way to stop the deep ball and force your hand. Again, that all depends on how the lineups play. Green Bay have shown he's not afraid of the deep ball. He stopped it. The Eagles they play pretty solid against it. I mean, you did catch him, a couple of them. He said 4 touchdowns was impressive, but he still put up 34 against you. And could he have won? Maybe if he would have stopped the deep ball, maybe he had potential to win it. I mean, and then again, good players are going to find a way to adjust and things like that. So I guess until we force your hand to do it, again, you're going to continue to do it. We have the Redskins I want to speak on. Oakland, shout out to you, brother. You've been playing some amazing football this year so far, 13-1. I guess the early episode where I did pick your brother to beat you has lit a fire under you, and you've continued to win and dominate in that fashion. Hats off to you. You're currently, based on the power rankings of Daddy Leagues, you're currently sitting at number 1 in the league. Every week for you is a dogfight. I know you have a good, tough game against Cletus coming up, week 17. That's easily game of the week. Very easily that. That definitely will dictate the 1 and 2 slot, depending on how Cletus plays this week. I think he actually won this week, so I think it doesn't matter. But next week, for sure, how it plays. And then when you guys lock up here, week 17, I would love to do a helmet-to-helmet show with you and Cletus here, week 17. So if you can make that happen, and, helmet-to-helmet is our, like, face-off between coach and coach. We break down each other's games, each other's game plan, and can you stop me? Can I stop you? This is what I'm going to do. We'll see me on a field type situation that we do here in the USFL. It'd definitely be something dope to do, dope to watch. Let's talk about some teams who are not going to the playoffs real quick. And some teams who I feel like were disappointing to me personally as I picked these guys to win, or I figured I would have a better turnout here in the league. AFC side of the ball, I'm going with the Broncos. It's sad, it's disappointing what happened in Denver this year. 3 games. Unacceptable. Get it together, Doc. Get it together. It's disappointment. It's sad. It's sad. It's pathetic, actually. I don't understand it, bro. Like, me and you are good friends. Maybe we need to hit the lab or something. But to go 2-0 and then only win 1 more game in the rest of the season, your top 10 in defense, your offense is still too conservative. I've been saying it week after week after week in hopes that you would do something to change it, and you haven't done it. So, and in flavor of this episode, playoffs for the Broncos, not even next year. I don't even see it next year the way that you're playing. Can't do it. Can't accept it. So, Doc, use this motivation for me. No shots at you personally, just to motivate. So, keep that in mind. But I'm disappointed, disgusted even. You're a much better player than that. NFC side of the ball, I've been screaming this guy's name every week, and every week he's been doing one thing consistently, and it's been disappointing me. Moondog, Dallas Cowboys owner. 3 words, man. Get it together. You're killing me, bro. You're killing me. Ever since the preseason, I've seen how you played against Cletus. I was impressed. Picture's my sleeper, and you've been asleep ever since. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know what it is going on in Dallas. Again, I look at the team. It's not the players. You still have Des Prescott, still Ezekiel Elliott, still Des Bryant. These guys are not hurt, not on injury reserve list. At what point do you say, okay, it's not my team, it's me? Again, playoffs, playing like that, not even. And I don't even see it happening for you also this next season. Man, it's just to motivate. Don't take these personal comments personal. It's just my personal comments and my personal opinions. Also, get it together. Just disappointed in you two teams, man. I really thought you guys were on your heart started off so strong early in the season and didn't do it. Man, it's crazy. But there is some highlights, on a positive note, there is some highlights here for the playoffs and how they're kind of making it out. We have a couple new owners being new to the league and new owners for seeing the playoffs for the first time. Easy to do that on the NFC side. The Saints, shout out to you. Last year, you had no respect. This season, I have to put respect on your name. Taking the second spot from the Bucks, who we still can't find out there in the USFL, still disappeared, still missing. MIA Carton has been put out for him, or will definitely be here graphically, will be done shortly. Shout out to you, been winning games. Took the second slot in the division easily and solidified not just the 6th slot, but the 4th slot currently right now in the NFC. Big ups to you. I know you've been working hard in the lab. I've been working you. Pause, in that situation. I know the Bengals owner, you guys been sparring consistently. Also sparring online. I'm starting to see a show. I'm starting to see a playoff. Your users getting better. Still need to work on some timing when it comes to picking the ball off. I'm gonna give you a tip. Stop holding triangle and time it like you're catching it. Makes a big difference. But continue to work hard. Understand that it's going to get tougher here in the later in these last 2 games. And if you win out, it gives you like 11-5 record to go from not even making the playoffs to having a high early pick to 11-5 is a drastic improvement. You definitely will be the NFC most improved player. Pat's owner currently still owns the most improved player, in my opinion. Has been playing phenomenal football. He bounced back. He bounced back even after them 2 tough losses. He's still on his incredible Hawk run. So shout out to him. Even when I thought you were going to Bruce Banner, shout out to you, Strong. You made the playoffs for this season when you didn't last season, which is dope. The Browns, who was dominating early, coming in, was a brand new owner, putting up numbers on the board. Solidifying the playoff spot. Now I know you're kind of almost on the bubble, but you're still making it. If you can win these 2 games, these next 2, squeeze past San Fran today, definitely was something to, it's definitely a good game to watch. You for sure can make the playoffs, and shout out to you for making the playoffs here in the USFL. First time in the league, first season in the league. Definitely, looking like you're gonna make the playoffs. So hopefully I can put the jinx on you. Ravens, you're right there, man. If you could finish these last 2 strong, and there was some help from some other teams losing, you could definitely win and get a slot in the playoffs. That'd be dope. So 2 new owners, with 2, but their first years in the league, almost making the playoffs is impressive. Guys will definitely be on the radar for next season. Definitely when you got the teams that were just given to you, didn't really get to draft and go through that whole process. Now that you get to, re-sign and make moves this upcoming season, sorry. And to see how it all pans out for you and how your offseason works. Can you make the same run next season? So that'd be definitely dope. It's something interesting to watch. Let's get into this quick rundown. This news report that was sent to me from Strong earlier today in regards to the AFC playoffs. Here, let me break it down. How he sent it to me. Oh man, we got 2 teams on the bubble currently: the Ravens and the Chargers. He says both of them need miracles to win to get in. Will they need miracles? They will need a serious. What they need to happen is the Chiefs to lose both games. I don't see the Chiefs losing it. He has to win one game out of the next 2 weeks, and I think he will based on both his opponents. Unless he just says, F it, I don't want to go to the playoffs, and, if something happens, I guess it is a miracle. The Ravens and Chiefs could solidify that spot. Oakland and the Jets, since they're both 1-2, they play each other. Week 17, so that kind of switch it out. Green Bay definitely. The guy, the owner, whoever that guy is in Green Bay, he plays Oakland in week 16. So I'm already picking him to beat Green Bay. Don't let me down. I need the number 1 spot back. That definitely would give me that. And that would definitely lock up your number 1 guarantee to the AFC number 1 spot. But then you have Cletus week 17. So even if you get past Green Bay and that guy, whoever owns that team, in week 16, you could for sure have a tough battle at week 17, where I know Cletus is hungry, man. Cletus is starving out there, man. He's not playing. He is not playing. He's definitely gonna be something to watch in the playoffs. Cletus, if you're watching, man, only person, man, you talk about it every season before we go into the playoffs. We had that personal conversation. Only person we have the same mindset when it comes to this, and this is no disrespect to anybody. Only person who can stop you in the playoffs is you. I feel the same way. You feel the same way. So, this is that conversation. Let's have it now here at the Owner's Box, week 15. The way that you're playing, man, if you keep it at this level, with these play calls and this aggression and the blitzing and the rolling out and the things that you're doing consistently, making the reads, bro, ain't nobody gonna stop you but you. And I'll see you at that place when it comes time to do that. So, shouts out to you. I know Oakland is, Oakland. That also can apply to you. I know, man, you don't really speak as much. But same thing goes to you, man. The way that you're playing is phenomenal this season. Hats off to you. Respect earned from me for this season for sure. I'm not even gonna say for this season, but just it's earned, bro. Because guys been saying your name, and I really haven't been looking at you like that. I haven't been looking at you like that, and you definitely made me look at you this season. Made me speak on you consistently during these 10 episodes here. So the only person who can actually stop you is you. And that's, like I said, that's the same mindset that I have going into every playoffs and then every season, every game. So shout out to you guys, man. These next 2 games are both important for you guys, 16 and 17, especially week 17. I think the whole league will be watching, at least from the AFC side of that. I know you had played Ty this next week or something like that, Cletus, the Giants. I don't see Ty stopping you at all. Even if Webb plays a phenomenal game like he played last week, and Ty just made some bad calls late in the game. Well, he missed the field goal. He Ray Finkeled that joint. Laces were out. And he just Ray Finkeled, he choked. So, even if Webb plays another phenomenal game, you're just playing at a level that's just not going to be, Ty's not going to be ready for. So I'll get you that win over that next week, and then we'll see how it goes week 17 for you. Cleveland, you have to win out, man. But you do, the cool thing is you do owe the tiebreaker to the Ravens. I think you beat him twice. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, and I apologize if I am wrong, but I know that. And even Strong here told me that you did somehow you own the tiebreaker if it comes down to you two. So you got to win out, bro, to hold your spot. So definitely take these next 2 games seriously. Jags, Drew, that sim loss, man. Welcome to you can't. It's tough, man. It's tough when you are fighting at the level that you're fighting at, trying to get that 2 slot, and you can't schedule a game. You got to take a sim. I took a sim earlier this season to the same team, and they beat me as well as they beat you as well during the sim. My advice, if you ever got to take a sim, I'm assuming this goes for everybody, I need to either reorder my roster back to the computer's default and give them the highest overall, or pick a playbook that I know for that game and the coach's scheme to give the advantage to my team, computer-wise, and hopefully help that gives me an advantage, because I lost a sim to the Titans. There's no way my 90 overall team should have lost to that lower rated team in the sim, but they did. And I think I know why, because of the books that I'm running aren't geared to my team. They're not Atlanta's books, and I know the computer kind of acts funny on that. I'm playing a 3-4, but my team's built around a 4-3 technically. So, if you ever got to take a sim going forward, I think that's key to anybody that's listening. Sure. Come on, open the door.
We'll watch them all.
I'll help you, buddy. Definitely, keep that in consideration when you're doing that. Give me a second here and help the little one just watch.
Hi.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on.
Who are you talking to?
The league. I'm talking to the guys in the league. Is a piece missing?
No.
You sure?
There's one right here.
All right, hold on.
Maybe one fell off.
Yeah, I think one fell off, buddy. Hold on. Christmas debacle. Christmas toy debacle here.
Oh.
Yes, it's a piece fell off. I'll fix it. Let me give it here. Thanks. Close that for me. Can you close the door for me? Thanks. Sorry about that, boys. Again, we haven't practiced. The family as a unit has not practiced media training yet. We're still working on that. As you see, I haven't really been uninterrupted, but some things will require my attention. Can't get around that. So, where was I there? I'll put that down. Sorry. So, yeah, definitely, Drew, my fault. Again, my recommendation is don't take a sim if you can. If you do, just reset your computer, your team back to the original settings. Ravens. I think if Jags loses, though, you can actually get back up to the division. I think that is. I think you still have a chance to possibly grab the division from him if he loses. So definitely be on his heels. I would suggest you went out and put the pressure on him, apply pressure, and see if you can hold that consistency still at this level. I know he's been taking some opponents light and it cost him a loss. But then he bounced back and put a beating on the Saints for that. But then he took a sim loss, and I know he has a game tonight here. I think he plays the Bucks here shortly. I see him winning, but then again, I don't know if he's going to take that guy seriously. Bucks on his MIA. I mean, he's playing, but he's not that guy from last year. So we'll see how that pans out. Chiefs, shouts out to you, man. I was hard on you all season. You fought back when I thought you was going to make the playoffs. Some teams couldn't win out. Went out and handle the pressure that was applied to them from the owner's box, and they ended up taking some losses. And you slid right back up, right where you're supposed to be, back in the playoff spot, like you've been doing consistently. You'll be a wild card. I think if the playoffs started today, let me check who would you face off or lock up against. You would lock up against. Playoffs started today. You would lock up against the Jags. And I don't see you beating. Nah, I don't see. I would take Drew over you, only because his defense is tough, and you don't have Tyreek Hill like you used to. So that would be tough. And then the Browns and Strong would lock up. And I would go with Strong. I would go with Strong. Strong that's been playing at the high level. Not Strong that played them 2 games where he broke down. The one against Will and then that other game. Now I'm not taking that guy, but the guy who's been consistently playing, the guy who went 9-1 before or something like that, and then before the other 2 losses, I'll for sure take that guy. On the NFC side of the ball, real quick. If the playoffs were to start today, we have Redskins and the Rams locking up. It's interesting about the 6th slot in the NFC. And the whole NFC, how I promote us and talk, 2-0 all the time, 2-0 NFC, 2-0 NFC. I'm just taking shots right now, subliminal shots at the AFC. But it's funny because it's like I say that when and I say it thinking that we're always the strongest on that side of the ball because we've been the most Super Bowls or whatever. Our 6th slot is at 5-5, and the AFC side is 10-4 at the 6th slot. So the guys as an overall, I think AFC has been playing stronger. I think they got most of their wins beating up on the NFC here in this season. And the Rams are locked at 7-7. With San Fran on his heels at 6-8, and the Panthers and Lions at 6-7 and 6-8, and even as the Vikings again at 5-8. So if the Rams don't win these 2 games, I say if he loses one of these, and these other teams can all win, if these guys can all win out or something like some craziness happens, I don't know if the Rams makes the playoffs. Um, Detroit, if you're listening, you for sure, um, me and you talked. I hope you took that advice and you turned it around. And can win these 2 games and then, win 9-7 and let Madden figure out the statistical reason why you shouldn't go. Panthers, I think that win over the Saints helped you fight back into it on the bubble race. You're 6-8. The Vikings are 5-8, but again, you can still, pan out these last 2 and these last 3, because I think you play tonight, right? I think you still have a game to play. Yeah, you could beat Green Bay today in these last 3, man. Who knows? 8-8. 8-8 might be it, and again, all of you guys might go 8-8, and we'll see what happens here in Madden. Let them statistically figure it out. Chargers at 8-6. 10-6, bro. 10-6 is not a losing season to me. Same thing for the Ravens. If you go 10-6, it's not a losing season to me. You guys just played played your butts off. It's just the way that the cards played the hands you were dealt. I think you played them very well, as best as your ability. And just some of the matchups, you lost some of the matches early on in the season, things like that. So, Cletus, the scientist, is hitting me saying that the Browns and the Patriots matchup will be interesting because the Browns beat the Patriots here earlier in the season. True, but I don't know the history of the Browns. He might have been in other leagues, and he's been in the playoffs. I don't know the Strong being this good, playing this good, other than this season, and then being in the playoffs. Other than the playoffs, consistently to win games and make it to the AFC Championship and things like that. So, we'll see, man. I mean, I'm gonna definitely watch the game. If they were to lock up, same keys to victory, quick keys to victory for them would be Pat, stop the C route. Cleveland, do what you've been doing all year, and Pat, Deion Lewis and Cooks, feed the beast until people figure it out. So that'd be interesting. NFC side of the ball, real quick. Let me just go through these rest of these matchups really quick. It would be that, and yeah, Jags and Chiefs. And on the NFC side of the ball, be Rams and Redskins. Too much Redskins for the Rams to handle, and then Seahawks and the Saints. Seahawks and Saints would be dope because Saints beat him early in the season, and then Seahawks just lost to the Saints sparring partner. So could lightning strike twice for the Saints. He's been playing ball, not to take nothing away from him. He's 9-5. I'm gonna go with Boone even in the playoff matchup. Because I know Boone is dying to win. He's eager to win. He wants to win. He'll do, he'll go in the lab. He'll put the work in to win. But I think that even though the Saints is definitely playing for something different, Saints is playing. The whole theme around this year has been, and he's been saying it to me consistently, whether we talk on the phone or he hits me after the show or during the show. It's always one word for him is respect. So maybe he might shock some things up in the playoffs. It would definitely be dope. And then if he did, he would actually play Green Bay in the round, the second round. And I would pick you over Green Bay any day. And then the Jets and Oakland would be sitting around waiting for their winners. So to all the teams who are fighting currently, keep up the fight. It's not going to be tough. I do want to talk about the mental capacity for myself and the mindset that I have going into a playoff game. If that can help, or maybe not help people moving forward as we look into these playoffs. I've been preaching it all season. I think again I'm gonna say it one more time, and it's becoming cliche-ish. Is reading is fundamental. Reading is fundamental, and it's very fundamental at this point in the league where every read counts. Every out route, every C route, every comeback route, every curl, drag, flat, everything counts, man. Every possession counts. Use these last 2 weeks. If you're gonna make mistakes, any mistakes, make them now, because in the playoffs, every turnover is key, because that might be that one turnover where you lose the game, or them turnover points you can't come back from. So iron out all your mistakes right now. Get rid of all your misreads right now. If that play hasn't worked for you all season, And you can tell if that play's been working for you when you look at the play call under the block where it says I've called this play 50 times but only get 0.2 yards. That's not working. Stop calling it. It's not going to work at 51. It's not going to work at 52. It's not going to work at 53 if it hasn't worked the other 50, and etc. Eliminate that play from your playoff scheme. You need a playoff scheme going forward. I have a playoff scheme that's very different from what I've been running currently in the season, but it's all a part of my same playbook, the stock playbook that I've been running. So it doesn't go too far left for myself. But I still will continue to run what I've been running, but just know I have something in the tuck in case something just breaks down on my team and it's not working. So being able to know your opponent is big going into the playoffs, taking advantage of that training we do to start the training week. You can scroll using the right analog stick saying that, your opponent runs 50% of the time, he passes 40% of the time, he runs cover 3 30% of the time, cover 4 40% of the time, these other percent. You know what I'm saying? Know your opponent. Know if that's the case, what plays that you're going to use to beat cover 4, what plays are going to beat cover 2, cover 3, zone blitzes, things of that nature. You have to know all of that stuff, man, before you go into the playoffs. You cannot take the Bill Steelers owner Bill. You cannot take his organized chaos mentality into the playoffs. It's not going to work with the level of competition we have in this league against the guys we have in this league. It's not going to work. I mean, it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. I haven't seen it work. I haven't used it. You can ask any guy who's made it deep into the playoffs, anybody who's ever won the Super Bowl. That shit's not going to work here. So take these last 2 weeks and plus whatever time you have to go in the lab and dive in. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference just to have that understanding of how to move forward mentally to win a playoff game. The guys who have a bye, man, watch both of them 2 wild card games. I know that's what I'm fighting for all season long is to win the game so I get the bye week. Because in my mind, mentally, I have already won first round. I already won round 1 of the playoffs. I got a bye. I'm already 1-0. It's only 4 games that matter to me in the playoffs. The first round, second round, NFC Championship, Super Bowl, and I'm already up 1. That's my mindset. So that's how I position myself during the season. I know I talk to the Saints and I give him that talk. I know that Boone does that. I know that Will does that. I know Cletus thinks that way. I mean, I know guys who I talk to regularly, we all kind of have the same madden mindset. So moving forward, I was definitely, treat them as gems, treat them as trash, treat them how you treat them. This is how we move forward. Excuse me. So I would definitely do that. Also stick with what's been working. On defense, don't get too tricky. Don't try nothing new. If you had a Wildcat and you're all offensive book all year and you ain't called Wildcat, don't call Wildcat in the playoffs. If you've been calling cover 3 and you've been stopping the run on that, I'm telling you, the down that you needed the most, you end up saying, let me just call it cover 2 because it looks like this, and he breaks that run or something on cover 3, you're going to kill yourself. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to sit up all day and watch the game over and over and think, why didn't I call this? Why not? And it's been working for you all season. Do not deter away from the plan, but be willing to adjust if need be and go to plan B, which is, call something that works. But ultimately, plan B is to make sure that your plan A works. Again, these are my personal views and how I maneuver in the playoffs and why I've been so consistently getting to the playoffs. And I win games, I make it always deep in the playoffs, whether it be Super Bowl loss, Super Bowl appearance and win, NFC Championship, win or lose, NFC, second round. I haven't been eliminated in round 1 in a very long time. So, I just wanted to put them tidbits out there and put them gems out there for you guys. Also want to highlight some things that has actually been dope during the league. Player of the week from last week is the Patriots receiver Brandon Cooks. And then on defense, the Vikings, Ben Gaden, he had 12 tackles. Brandon Cooks had 4 catches, 123 touchdown. He was a monster last week. Just want to jump on the power rankings. We have Raiders, Green Bay, Falcons, Jets, Skins, Pats, Chiefs, Jags, Browns, and Seahawks are the top 10. Passing leaders: Andrew Luck, Kevin Kadalia, Drew Brees, Kaiser, and McLaughlin. Rushing leaders, we got Deion Lewis, Ezekiel Elliott, Fournette, Hill, and David Johnson. Shout out to the Colts owner. Even though you're losing, you still have a phenomenal year with David Johnson. That also goes to the Giants running back too, man. Darius Jackson, he's having a phenomenal year. Unfortunately, the Giants is just not winning. Julio Jones, Brandon Cooks, Tyreek Hill, Stanton, and Supler are the top receiving guys. Earl Thomas is still dominating dominating the INTs, interceptions. Wilkerson, 22 sacks, and Navarro Bowman at almost 70 tackles. Yeah, that's crazy. He's a monster on the field. Let me hit the chat here and see if anybody got any comments. No, nobody's in the chat talking about the show. So we're gonna keep it going here real quick. Let me see some. There we go. I just wanted to give you guys these quick gems again. My personal views on the playoffs, mentality on the playoffs, how the playoff picture looks. I want to know you guys' feelings and thought about this year's draft class. I'm hearing a lot about this being weak. Personally, myself, in certain slots, I think it is weak. I think it's a real heavy receiver, running back draft this year. Quarterbacks are looking a little funny. I will be looking for a backup myself personally, but they are a little funny. The linebackers seem a little suspect to me. Corners seem there's a flood. It's a ton of corners. Strong safeties always a hit and miss. We'll see. Is there any guys that any players that stand out to you guys? Maybe I haven't seen them. I know for me being picked late, I'm gonna try to trade my draft picks for players. So if you guys, anybody wants one of them, hit me. How you feel about this draft class? What are you guys looking at? What positions you think are more heavier than others? I definitely want to know. And we'll definitely have an all draft off-season show. Right around probably around the Pro Bowl, right before the Super Bowl kind of place. I'm gonna try to jump on real quick. So if anybody wants to join me in that draft talk, I would love to get Cletus on that for that, for that episode. Because you always have like 20 picks. And they're always like 5 of them are like usually one of them at least in the top 5, the other 2 are in the third, top 10, something like that. So break down, how you see the draft going, give out some tips on how people can draft stars or quick development guys, what to look for in their stats. Break that all down. That would be dope. Even for myself, because I usually grab guys, but they're never like no studs or nothing like that. So that'd be cool. I've been seeing some really good football these last 2 weeks of the season. I think the last week, week 14, games were kind of played the way they played out. But this week has definitely been more tight, closer games down to the wire. Guys doing better, improving. Elite, testing a lot of elite guys, taking them to the edge, forcing them to either come back or take that last drive and make it critical and win the game. So shout out to you guys for doing that. I'm really excited about the league and where it's going and direction it's going. I know that hasn't been any rule violations broken and things like that. I'm really impressed to see how this Eagle guy goes. He caught my attention when he said the 16-0 he's going next year. Don't see it happening. At the best, how you do? Excuse me here. Best, how you do? I'll give you at best, I give you 10-6. I give you 10-6. Wap still wins the division. Ties at a strong 9-7. Myself and Saints are still in the 1 and 2 spot. Seahawks is going. Seahawks going. But then that's saying that Green Bay and Green Bay don't go to the playoffs, and Green Bay has to. Green Bay or the Vikings go next year. But I'm gonna talk to Detroit, man. He's in the Jersey area. Shout out to you, Detroit. I'm gonna see if I can help you. Go ahead and make some noise in the NFC North. So hit me up, man. If you ever want to lab, I know the Saints always looking to lab. things like that. Man, let me know your guys' opinion. I just wanted to do this show about the playoffs and where we're at deep here in the season. Try to get a couple guests on here, man. You guys got to stop ducking me and get on this show, man. The show is for us. I want to hear some different views and opinions. I don't want to seem super NFC biased. I don't want to come off, you know what I'm saying, like that. AFC's definitely been rocking you guys. Earn my respect. I think whoever represents y'all well will represent y'all in the Super Bowl will definitely represent y'all well. I feel more confident than I did in these last 2 seasons where I feel like we would dominate it. We have dominated in the Super Bowl. Both were blowouts. But this year I don't think it'll be the batteries might be dead. I think whoever represents you guys in the AFC will definitely do a good job, man. They're gonna push the NFC to the edge. Especially with the Jags beating me. I'm gonna definitely want to see how this Oakland Green Bay game plays out. This Jets Giants game plays out. I think the Jets will win. Just to see how these guys approach these top user guys and things like that. Even though Ty's in a rough patch this season, he's still solid. Not to take too much away from him. Don't want to take anything away from him. Actually, he's still solid. He just Eli. I think he let Eli. My personal opinion, I think he let Eli go too soon. They could have squeezed one more year out of him, or made a power move and snatched a quarterback. Probably gave up somebody. But I think he's roughing it out. So Cletus, I think Cletus will still win, but he'll still go in that game with a level of respect. So definitely good to see how these next games here pan out. Who else? Sorry about that. Checking the chat here, making sure nobody's hitting me on that. I know we have some couple trades coming up in the off season. A lot of guys are cooking up some things. I'm hearing a lot of stuff boiling in the background. I've been in the kitchen myself looking and scouting and plotting. I know I probably won't get no trades, and then I might want to trade me anything. It's respectable. But I am going to send some guys out. See if I can trade some guys here late in the season. Moving forward, I think I have these next 2 games. The Cards and the Giants. I don't know if Champ's playing his games. I'm interested to see how that goes. I keep hearing about this deep ball. And I think that'll be a good test for me if I have to lock up against WAP to stop it. I know there's been some issues with me and my games being recorded for scouting reasons. So let me address that real quick. I know there's a lot of talk about that. Shout out to Bill for hitting me up. He's been definitely respectable. I think he's even fighting for me for that. We had spoke about it early in the season. I've been on remote play, man, because it's been easier for me and how my PlayStation is located for just to play via laptop, to always feel like I'm in the loop, in the mix, things like that. So when you play via remote play, you can't stream at the same time and you can't audio chat. I think that sucks. EA should do a better job at that, but I get it from a technology standpoint. I get it. I'm a tech dude. I get that. I understand why it's the bandwidth, things like that. To be able to stream that much and get the remote connection and things like that, and try to process all that speed and data over Wi-Fi. So I get it. So knowing that, I have been recording my games. I've been trying to upload them to YouTube, but I keep getting this error, this upload error every time. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on that. I have like 3 or 4 games actually recorded. 3 of them for the season, 1 online game. I'm actually not upload the online game, but I'm definitely recorded 3 games that I have this season. And just moving forward, I'm going to be recording all my games. And I'm going to just upload them. Y'all just got to give me some time to upload them. Like I said, I have the three games recorded. And I don't know if the error comes from a Comcast thing or a PlayStation thing. But each file is like 2 gigs, and I'm going to definitely work on that. So I just wanted to address that because I know that's been an issue for Bill. And I know he says he's been talking to me about it. I know he's probably fighting for me in that perspective, and I respect that. And I know you guys really want to scout on that. Thank you, Cleese. Yeah, he says it's the file size, and I might agree with that too. I need to Google the code but I think the game's over two gigs, and then I got to keep in mind you can only record for an hour now. So I have to like start it at kickoff, end it at kickoff. You know what I'm saying? Also speed the clock up to catch that whole game in an hour. I got to do 2 recordings and then edit it and all that. And I ain't trying to do all that. Plus, I always got the other guy streaming anyway, so you guys gotta watch the away stream. But I know what you guys want to see. You want to see my setups and things like that. Again, man, hit me. I mean, if you guys are that anxious to see my setups and want to know what I'm doing, hit me. I'll tell you, I ain't got no problems doing that. So it's just maybe like 1 or 2 plays I'm not giving up. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you. I mean, I break it down how I'll tell you at least for what the plays I won't tell you, but I'll tell you why they work. You know what I'm saying? And how to stop them. You know what I'm saying? So what to look for if somebody tries to stop them. So, you know, again, shout out to Bill, Clears, Ty, the two boy brothers for not, you know, making it a huge thing and penalizing me for that. In that regard. So, shout out to Dolph. I know he took his suspension like a G, came back, took a loss like a G. I've been playing that as well. It says, Clears is saying he has a suggestion for me. See, we'll be using another camera stream like you are worst case scenario. So you want me to like record the games from my laptop? You want me to like position my laptop with the webcam and record my games like that to the or position my phone to record my games from the laptop? I have a DJI Osmo. Maybe I could do that. I'll try looking at that. I mean, if you guys are feeding for the games to be that live, I mean, I could do that. I'll try that. I'll give it a shot. It's just like we're in 2017. I feel like I just do a little bit better than that, but I got it. Worst case scenario, I respect it. I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it go. Might be something new or something. I'll try it. I'll do that. Is there anything else I need to address before I jump off out of here? You know, we'll probably run like an hour. I know the issue with that. No, I think that's about it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. I do need a guest for Saturday's episode 11. I don't know what I'm gonna title or what I'm gonna call it. I think depends on how these 2 weeks play out. Because I think by Saturday we'll definitely have week 15, maybe week 16 played by then. Maybe even the playoffs by then. It's by Saturday. So if anybody would like to be a guest on the show for Saturday, please hit me up. Let's line that up. Let's make that happen. Let's pick some wild card game predictions. Let's jump on some of these coaches who took a tough year. Let's give them some more tough love. Let's finalize this week 7. You know, this end of the year. Get it together. Get it together list. Get it together, brother list. For the year. Let's highlight some of these award-winning guys, man. Cleese is saying we should be back week 17 by Saturday. So if we can be at week 17 by Saturday, that'd be dope. We can just do a whole year wrap up it by that time by Saturday. Shit, that way we ain't got to wait till Wednesday for me to do that. And we'll address the playoffs. We'll address the year, the owner's box choices, for awards and give out some different awards. I do want to talk about possibly doing some type of gift season next year, man. If we can make that happen, that'd be dope. Again, I mean, that'd be super dope, man. I mean, we got the show. We giving out gifts for the league. I mean, the league would just be the bar for the league moving forward, for not just this man, but for every man moving forward. Would be dope. The list, the level of competition would just be so much crazy. I think that's something I would like to address. So if the admins hit me, man, like, I'll definitely want to do something like that. Let's talk about actually how we can figure it out, make that happen. Let's do it, man. Let's put the pressure on that Green Bay owner, whoever that guy is, to join the show, man. I'm all. Let me address that. Myself and a couple other guys, I'm trying to get the whole league participation on this. I'm not tagging the Green Bay owner unless I got to play a scheduled game. I'm not mentioning his name. None of that. Until 2 things happen. He comes on the show and puts all that face and mouth behind the words, or he wins the Super Bowl. That's it. So I'm asking for the whole league in that participation. Do not say nothing to that guy or anything like that Um, until one of the two things happen, man. I would highly appreciate it if you guys participated in that. Unless you're one of his two opponents in week 16 and 17, and even this week, tag him, play a game. That's it. Give him, good game, done. None of that. I ain't got nothing to say to him. Come on the show or win the Super Bowl. If both of those things happen, bro, I'll go get it. I'll rock an Aaron Rodgers jersey. And I ain't even a Green Bay fan. I'm actually boycotting the NFL this week. I'll go grab me a jersey or a T-shirt or something that Aaron Rodgers John. If you can do both of those things, I'll do that. But if not, if you ain't doing one of them, I'm not. Listen, no rap for me. I want the whole league participation on this. We're gonna put the pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing nothing but this. And now we got an outlet for him to, talk that talk. He ain't doing it. So that's it, man. Let me go ahead and jump up out of here, jump off this thing. Sorry about that. These last 2 weeks are important. Definitely be locked into these games. Hopefully I can catch this Jags and Bucks games. I don't know if they started yet. Hopefully I ain't miss it, but I'll go back and watch the past broadcast if they did. Good luck to the guys who've been playing phenomenal football this year. I'm hard on these other guys. Again, I'm doing it to motivate, not tear you down. Use it to fuel something, improve it on the field. But ultimately, man, get it together. Shit, I ain't holding no punches neither. Now I'm not gonna take it too soft on you. Get it together. Make me eat these words, man. Make me put respect to your name. Saints did it. The formula worked. It's working. Show is hot. Saints is winning. Formula's working. You know what I'm saying? Bengals are sneaking in wins he ain't supposed to be winning. No way in hell was Bengals supposed to win that game against Seahawks. No way. You know what I'm saying? We hit the lab. He's been labbing. He's been hitting me consistently. You know what I'm saying? Playing games, playing the Saints. They've been just playing each other every day. Things like that, man. It's working. So, it's a method behind all this madness, man. Shout out to Ty, the co-host. See you on Saturday. Wow, man, hit me, man. We need to talk. Maybe you should come back on here Saturday. Matter of fact, you and your brother, let's do a brother show, man. Let's do all, you know what I'm saying? Let's just be dope. Just get all brothers on here. Let's get the Boom brothers on here. At the same time, we get the Boer brothers on here. At the same time, we get the Watt brothers on here. Let's address some of these comments been made by me. I know a lot of you guys might want to make some comments, address some of these comments by me. Let's do that. But let's talk about, man. People are asking me, I'm even questioning now. Can you win without this deep ball? In your defense, I've been telling people, yeah. I'd rather you keep playing the deep ball because I don't, what I'm saying? For me, that's easy. I can deal with that. What I'm saying? I don't want to play another chapter chess game. Let me just deal with this current one. What I'm saying? So, come on here and talk that talk. Doc, man, I want to hear from you, man. I want to know how you go 3-10, man. I think you're currently 3-11 or something like that. 3 and something. 3 and something you ain't supposed to be. What I thought. Not with the team you got. 3-11, man. And we good buddies, you know what I'm saying? Known you for years now. So, what's up? Why is that? Moondog. You owe me an interview. You owe me one. For that performance you put on for me this year, and I put you as my sleeper team, you owe me an interview. Get with me. Please come join me on the Owner's Box. We need to discuss some things. Chargers, Franco. Shouts to you, man. You've been playing good ball. You've been playing some good ball, bro. Since you've been off this, since you've been on the show. Definitely hats off to you. You've been playing hella good ball actually since you've been on the show. Even when I thought you were just all trash talking. You've been actually winning. So, shouts to you as well, man. But USFL League, man. Owner's Box, episode 10. This one's called Playoffs. Classic line. At this point in the season, is definitely worth it. I would love to see how it plays out. I know Pat is glued. I mean, he's like this. And looking at the playoff picture, I'm kind of watching the 1, 2, 3 spot myself. The cheesehead dude in Green Bay. The Redskins and myself. Who's gonna get 1, 2, and 3? Wap took that loss to the Jets. Shout out to the Jets for beating them. Only the desync. Before I get out here, I keep saying jump off, but the desync and the effect that it had on him in that game. It's tough, man. Because Will's not. Will when you take a desync, you play that late, that much in the game. I feel like you showed your hand already. And you talking about desyncing, you don't really want to run everything new, but it just takes so much out of you. It feels like you already showed your hand. Personally, I know probably Will shouldn't have played that game. I talked to him. He said he shouldn't have played that game, but the integrity we have, we're not gonna say, "Yo, let's play tomorrow." We're just gonna play it again and just run it, even if the life is sucked up out of us. I mean, I think they tried after like 2 desyncs. They played the third time or something like that. Not taking anything away from Cletus shit. He jumped on the sticks. Listen, it's almost like stepping in the ring. You know what I'm saying? 2 draws and then you come back in the third time. And, you signed up for it. So, but I said all that to say thank you for the win. And Will's lackluster effort, I appreciate that. That has now got me back in the number 2. Oakland, I need you to win so I can take back number 1 and sit back on the throne like Thanos. Just trying to acquire the rings to go with the Infinity Gauntlet currently. So, that's where I'm at with it, man. Another episode. This is the weekly midweek wrap up on a Wednesday that I do. So shouts out to everybody, man. Let's finish this last week strong. Let's have a great playoffs and a better off season. Looking forward to locking up with you guys. And moving forward, man. Jumping off here, Mark Gates, man. Owner's Box, the only CFM Madden live talk show that I know around where we discuss everything Madden tips and everything in the league. This has been, since the show's launch, man, this has definitely been one of my favorite seasons ever. You know what I'm saying? And the USFL for me has been dope. Even when we had, I thought it was dope. We had tougher, great competition, not tougher, but just great competition with users and things like that, and Honey Badger candidate errors and things like that. Cools and Rucks and get work. But this has also been phenomenal, man. The show is like really fueled something. It forces me to play good because I can't be bad and come up here and have get it together segments and take shots at guys and do that and come in at like 1 and 11, things like that. Bills, I didn't get a chance to hit you yet, but I will. Put the bud down. No, not do that. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Practicing puff, man, and turn your season around. You don't get no passes from me next season. So I'm gonna let you slide this season because you're winning in real life, like I like to say, but you don't get no passes from me in next season. So Mark Gates, man, turn it off, man, tuning off, signing out, man. I'll see y'all on Saturday, man. I'm out. Peace.